how you can clear debt from a metaphysical standpoint, from an angelic standpoint, and how it can work for you in all areas of your life so that you're not manifesting it again or allowing it into your reality. Because, some of it is, this was happening before we were born. So I'm going to explain that more of that later. I'm Nicole Lisa, love coach, femininity coach, intuitive, psychic. I work with the angels of love and light and bliss. And I don't do any funny business. I'm not doing witchcraft on people. I'm just making that really clear. I'm going to be channeling information from Archangel Michael, from your angels, and from your higher self. Things that have helped me and have helped clients over the years. And so I already did a couple videos that really resonated. There's a playlist that you can go watch it if you're really committed in this year, 2026, to clear debt successfully and to the core. All right. So part of what, and make sure that you follow me so that you are aware of all the different things that are happening that can really help you clear debt. My program, Auspicious, is linked below, where I'm helping you clear the energy of debt for good. Any unconscious agreements that we make with the collective, with the world, with the matrix, you know what I mean? Where people want us to feel panic or terror or debt, and how to really plug into your light, to your God, and to God, to your frequency, to possibility versus a lot of scarcity that is being programmed into the collective. So, what is the purpose of auspicious? To connect with a positive energy, meaning your energy, for your energy to be in plus and not in minus or in deficit. So, all of the videos that I'm doing around this explain it in great detail, and I'm not going to be over explaining it in each one of them, or else we're going to be doing 45 minutes long videos all of the time. But the videos in the playlist are there. I don't currently remember the name, but I will put it at the top of my page. It has to do with that. And there's 3 videos on it already. So the purpose of, and why is it called, this is not about the program, but the energy, like one of the things that you want to clear energy is that you want to be in plus energy. Okay. Typically when you see debt, like you see it manifested like in a bank account with a minus something, right? Or it's a frequency that you owe something. And I was explaining in that video that that energy of owing can first start with family members, um, where a lot of family members, if they don't know how to heal codependency, they put a lot of drama onto you. They have this frequency of owing you, like you owe them, your life, you owe them your efforts, you owe them your earnings. And, one of the things that I was talking with a customer, and I've noticed this for over 6 clients that I've worked with in the last 3 years, there's some sort of vibration of a family member taking money away. This has happened to me in my own life, okay? So just know that there's sometimes like a violation of trust where somebody can take from you, and it starts from a family member where they feel entitled to you. So for some of you, if you're a woman, I'm hearing like a mom or a dad or a family member feeling entitled to your beauty and to your youth, and just this weird frequency of somebody feeling like you owe them. This could even be a friend. So, so yeah, I love, I love that. So basically, you want to be really aware that it's good whenever you're clearing that to check to see if you have a frequency of family members who expect or feel like you owe them, or who could be a little bit narcissistic and who don't have any boundaries. Now, you can consciously decide to have boundaries with them. What I do recommend is that you clear from your nervous system or your unconscious this expectation that you cannot own something, because this can trigger sometimes people where you feel like you own something or you're going to have something of your own, and it doesn't feel safe. Currently I am channeling, this is not what I was originally was guided to say. So how safe do you feel owning things? And this could be an energy that started forming at 2 years old when you felt like your parents were fighting over money. I'm seeing examples of parent like fighting over a house, fighting over, like I hear like greedy vibration, fighting over financial things. So it can start over fight like in family. Now, you could live around a like in a really wealthy family, but if there is this energy of people fighting over other things and feeling like they could never have enough or they couldn't have enough, if that was a frequency in your family, you could have picked up on that. So even though your family accrued wealth over time, you never felt safe because maybe you had greedy parents who would even take like the most basic stuff for you. So you wouldn't understand as a kid why a parent would actually take away from your savings if they were taking care of you. So these patterns are extremely unconscious and they could be suppressed, and you might not feel safe having more money because I hear it's a guilt trip because you feel like you could be 46, you could be 55, you could be 72, and you've probably, because this is suppressed and suppressed, you've never felt safe having things because a parent took it away from you, and it felt like you had to choose between your parent or yourself. So if we just start with that point, it's important to recognize that I used to I used to have this vibration of whenever I would get paid. I had a family member who would just call me with an emergency like 5 minutes after I got paid, even as an entrepreneur. And I was like, what in the world? But that's somebody who disconnected from their own vibration, from their higher self, from their connection to God, and was desperate, had a needy vibration, and they would connect to my frequency or to other people's frequency, and they had like a monitoring spirit vibration, and they just could know things about when I got paid. So that is a violation. They felt entitled to my money. Now, what do you do in this case if you really want to clear debt with ease? Well, you got to like yourself. That's the main message that Archangel Michael says. And you got to choose yourself peacefully and not feel like you have, in order for you to be good, you have to give to others and not to yourself. I know, and it's safe, right, and good for you to do so without guilt. Okay. And you also have to believe that the government and life will support you. Now, this is a tricky thing because you look at the world and you actually see a lot of, I'm hearing malignant attributes in people or government or other places where people are operating out of scarcity. I like the book from Wallace, The Science of Getting Rich. He talks about get rich through the creative method, not through the competitive method. So, hello, welcome everybody. So, if you feel like people are greedy, if you have a belief, that's the main vibration that I'm actually noticing that's coming through. If you believe people are greedy, you're not going to feel safe in a lot of interactions with people, or it might, I'm hearing, corrupt you in a way. Corrupt you doesn't mean that you feel like you're going to be corrupt, but it might corrupt like your thinking. You might have this expectation that people are going to be corrupt. So it's not safe to do the highest light of vibration of the things that you want to do in this lifetime. Because I'm seeing this image of a lot of good and kind people thinking that people are bad and greedy and the world is corrupt, and that's taking away from your shine, their bliss, and from receiving creative downloads and ideas that will actually help them profit. Meaning, if you start to accrue, I hear like a lot of sadness or unforgiveness or like a lack of trust in people, that can severely impact what you believe and allow. So and what you like, the money that you let yourself have, because then you start to get bitter about money and how it comes to you, and you start to have like this energy of money is shady. I don't know where it came from. So you got to have a good belief that you will manifest good and kind people. And even when you interact with people that are corrupt vibration, don't let that get in the way of you believing that it is possible for you to have more and for you to believe that you have to work with corrupt people to make money. So, the more people feel connected to their higher self, the more people feel like good is possible, that you can attract good, that you do deserve good, that life is going to be good to you. Even when there's corrupt people around, you can be very discerning about the people that you work with, and you can have that as part of your boundaries and your integrity to work with people of good. There's always the possibility and the potential and the boundary for you to work with people that are good, because a lot of um getting light workers, empaths, highly sensitive people stop their flow of money because I can include myself here. You can have a vibration of, yeah, I don't know, like people are out just for themselves, and then you don't feel like it's safe for you to profit or create profitable endeavors with other people. But I want you to remember that you're made in the image and likeness of the creator. So you got to have a good image about yourself. You got to have a good image about life. and about other people. Even when people are doing corrupt stuff, you don't have to work with corrupt people or experiences that are only like using you or abusing you or anything of the sort. But the collective, or the media might try to make you feel like you just have to accept whatever is in front of you. So, meditation, clearing work, aligning your chakras, or also working on your nervous system, which is critical, and your core belief systems about money, about life, about profiting, will actually bring you money because you got to have a positive, auspicious, right? Like a plus energy about life, people, yourself, and what you will get. So if your parents felt like their efforts wouldn't matter, you might have some of that unconscious belief system within you because you were trying to save them or clear them. And you might feel that no matter what you put out into the world is corrupt. You're not going to get your way. So you might be surprised out how often people have a belief that they're not going to get their way. They have a belief that good things don't happen to good people, and that's another example. And therefore, whatever you're putting out, it's like you put out plus and you feel like you're going to receive minus. So you got to really check to see within your nervous system if you have a minus, like you're expecting to receive less than what you deserve, or if you have the belief that you're going to like receive what you deserve. When you compare yourself with people who have more money or more wealth than you, or people who were born around that frequency, and not, this is to be true, to be said, not everybody that grew up with money has a plus frequency to them because they might have not had enough love running through them or coming to them from their parents. So they were trying to get it from a friend. And if their friends weren't like capable of giving them that love, they might feel a little bit weird, like plus minus about life, about having. And like I said, if they could sense that their parents were being greedy, if that were to be the case, they might not feel all the way good about having or keeping their money. But the people who grew up with wealth and they were encouraged to grow wealth, they have a plus frequency about having. They trust that they're going to receive, and it doesn't make them bad people. They just expect that they're going to receive. If they go about it in a good and kind way, and that's great. If they go about it in a greedy way, well, that's on them. Okay. But what about you? Do you have a plus frequency about getting money? Do you believe that it's actually going to come to you, or you don't? Now, consciously, you might say yes. But if your parents had a like highs and lows relationship with money, that might not be all the way clear and that be something that's repressed in your nervous system and in your unconscious. Now, in my program, Auspicious, I help you clear it with your angels. So we're doing like auric Reiki style type of clearing with Archangel Michael and your angels and your higher self. And that you can do several times so that you, no matter 80,000, whatever amount of money you owe, you stay connected to that plus frequency. And we also reprogram it in your nervous system to help you clear anywhere you expect to receive less than what you deserve, or anywhere you don't believe that your efforts are going to work for you, anywhere you feel like people are crooks. You got to have a plus frequency on yourself, on people, on life, on money, and you lead with that frequency and that plus energy, and that's what makes you auspicious. It's not superstitious where you're leading with the negative and you're expecting bad things to happen. You know, you're expecting good things to happen, and you are in your power, and that energy is a magnet to you, and you will attract good people, kind opportunities, profitable opportunities where you win and the other person wins as well. The details are below in my summary. Okay, we are starting auspicious in, I think, in a week and a half, on the 27th, and I would love for you to join. And I'm also working on a program called Joyfully Paid as well. So if you want to know more about that as well, I will put that information there. And I would love for you to join. Okay, lead with your energy. Don't worry so much about the government. Okay, lead with your energy because that's what's going to make you profitable no matter what. And it's a great opportunity for you to lead with your own authentic energy and not your parents' energy, and give yourself the freedom to have your own energy about money, and notice how you become a leader in your field by thinking authentically and by giving to the world your gift and expecting good in return. So, sending much love, and I hope that this connects. Take care.